Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have been wanting to do this video for a long time to talk about something that I've been struggling with a little bit, and maybe if I sit down and talk about it, some of you might relate to it or may make a different decision based on what I'm here to talk about. If you guys have not been following my journey, I am 28 years old. I am a mom of 3 kids, ages 5, 3, and 9 months old, and I had 3 C-sections. And I got my tubes tied when my daughter was born 9 months ago. And I'm here to talk about how my feelings have been in regards to getting my tubes tied and, you know, other things. So I was completely sure I didn't want any more kids. Financially, mentally, 3 was enough for me and my husband. But considering I am so young, I'm 28, I have a whole lot of time that, you know, I will still be fertile. So for right now, I feel like I have made the right decision, but I still do struggle on some days thinking that I will never ever have another child unless I do something like drastic like IVF or something like that. So some days I really struggle with my decision, and I'm gonna go ahead and explain why that is. First of all, I'm 28, and women these days are having babies in their 40s and beyond. My kids are all small now, but I'm thinking maybe in like 10 years when I'm 38 and when my kids are way older and super independent, that I may want another child. Like, I'm kind of sad that this part of my life is over, like getting pregnant and having babies. And I struggle with that mentally a lot, because from 2010 to 2013, I was trying for a baby. I got married in 2010 and we started trying to conceive right away. I struggle with PCOS and infertility, so a majority of my young life was dedicated to trying to conceive. I got married at the age of 18, and I knew I wanted a family right away, and my husband did too. So trying for a baby at the age of, or actually I was 19, we kind of like didn't use protection when I was 18. I got engaged when I was 18, and then I got married on my 19th birthday. So technically I started TTCing when I was 18, and now that I look back on it, it was really mentally rough on me. I was attending college at the time. I was newly married. I was newly out of high school. Like, I was a kid. I was, you know, it was crazy. I was a kid and I was trying to conceive a child, and it mentally broke me down. I went through depression. I went through anxiety. And the fact that I couldn't have a baby when I was so young, it tore me to pieces. So, battling infertility when I was so young, it was rough, trust me. So, me, from 18 to the age of 22, when I finally did get pregnant and have my first son, I was trying to conceive. And I thought I would never ever get pregnant. But little did I know, I got pregnant, and then I had additional 2 more kids in the following year. So basically, I've had 3 kids in 5 years, which is crazy, and it's amazing, and it's remarkable that I was able to battle my infertility and get to this point. Now, I breastfed all 3 of my children for 2 years, basically. each. I'm currently nursing my 9-month-old, and mentally, most days I'm good, but some days I'm not. And that's a whole nother video that I'm going to get into. But right now, in the moment, I am happy with my decision to get my tubes tied. I don't have to worry about birth control. I don't have to worry about getting pregnant again when it's not wanted. Because honestly, my hands are full. 3 very young children and being a stay-at-home mom, it's basically me being a single parent. It's really hard. Luckily, I have tons of patience. I love my children. I love all children, and I can get it done. I'm good. But I feel like in the future, in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, I am going to want another child. And that's what I struggle with. I tried multiple forms of birth control throughout the years after having children, and all of them just made me feel so terrible. And I didn't want to deal with birth control anymore. I didn't want to have to deal with, I don't know. I didn't want to have to deal with birth control for the next however many years until menopause, you know? Like I said in the beginning, me and my husband feel like 3 kids is plenty, considering they're all so close in age. You know, our expenses are going to be elevated. My kids, when they go to school, they require school uniforms, which are super pricey. All 3 of my kids are going to be going to the same school at the same time, so you know, it's a lot to think about, and we decided to get the tubes tied and be done with having children. But I still struggle with, what if I want another child when my little ones are not so little anymore? Which I didn't have those feelings when I was pregnant with my 3rd baby, my daughter. Her pregnancy was so hard, so rough. I went into labor. If you guys want to watch that, my birth story, I'll put it like right here for you guys to watch it. But my uterus ruptured. I'm pretty sure it probably wouldn't have been safe to have another child. Anyway, I was so completely certain that we were done, completely done, never wanted to be pregnant again. But when I see my friends and family pregnant, and I'm like, I'm a little jealous, I'm a little envious, and that's mostly because I never really got to enjoy trying to get pregnant. And I always wanted to just, like, not try, just get pregnant without, like, trying. I wanted to just, like, miss my period and be like, what's going on, you know? But I was so wrapped up into TTC and infertility that the whole, like, trying to conceive process was super stressful, and it was mentally... It was a mental breakdown for sure. So yeah, you guys might be able to see like my indecisiveness as I'm talking, because as I'm talking, I'm thinking and I'm like, did I really make the right decision? As of right now, I don't know. I don't know if I made the right decision. If you guys are thinking about getting your tubes tied or clipped or clamped or having your husband get a vasectomy, I would take a lot of time to really, really think about what's going on. If you're young, if you are under the age of 30, I would really, really sit down with your significant other, whether it be your wife, your husband, whoever. I would really, really sit down with them and have a discussion. Think about way, way, way into the future. Think about 10 years from now. If you're 30, would you want to have a baby at the age of 40? If you're only 25, would you want to have a baby at the age of 35? It's something that you really have to think about. I wouldn't just think about it in your immediate, like right now. It's something you really, really have to look into the future about what you want. Because now, as I am talking and thinking about it, in the future, possibly, I would probably want to have a 4th child. If it was my choice, if I could have another daughter, for sure, 100% sure, I would have a 4th child. No doubt about it. Probably in 4 to 5 years from now. But, you know, I made a permanent decision, and now I'm going to live with it for the rest of my life, because I probably will never be able to afford IVF because I have 3 kids. That's it, you know? We are in the, you know, we're trying to buy a house. There's a lot of factors into the decision that we made in regards to financial situations, and I don't know, guys. I feel like I'm ranting on at this point about random things, but I want you guys, if you are thinking about getting a tubal or doing permanent sterilization, really, 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 really think about it. For now, I think I made the right decision. I don't know. I think, you know, my hands are completely full at this point. I have 3 young kids. They're going to be all teenagers together. 2 boys and a girl. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be crazy. And I don't know if I could handle another baby mentally, financially, when I have 3 teenagers. I don't know. But my decision has been made. I'm never going to have another baby again unless we somehow decide that we're going to spend like $30,000 in IVF, which isn't gonna happen. But yeah, but I am here to say I am mentally struggling sometimes to come to terms that I will never have another baby, and that, I think that stems from me trying so hard to have a baby in the first place, that part of my life is over. Like, that was a stressful, depressing, terrible time in my life. While still exciting, but I think that, I don't know, I struggle with realizing that that part of my life is complete and I'm moving on to a new chapter. But, you know, the new chapter in my life could be great, or I'm sure it will be great, and I'm here for it. It's nothing I can do. I'm sterile, unless something happens and my clamps fail or whatever. I would happily, gracefully, lovingly accept another child if it were to happen. But the thing I am most scared of is having an ectopic pregnancy, which is common if you have your tube ties clamped, burned, whatever. It's possible that that could fail, and it's possible that you can have an ectopic, which means the egg and the sperm combine and they start growing into your tubes and not in your uterus, which could be life-threatening for you. You could lose your tubes, your uterus, you could lose your life. It's very, very scary. And the thought that if I do conceive and it would be in my tubes and I would have to terminate, that breaks my heart, because I've had 2 chemical pregnancies and I have, you know, I was infertile for a majority of my life. So, you know, thinking about having a baby and miscarrying is terrifying, scary. It's something that I'm very, very worried about. I hope that never happens, but it's something that is a possibility that you also have to think about if you are thinking about getting your tubes tied. So I think I have ranted enough. I just wanted to do a sit down video with you guys and talk a little about, you know, how I was feeling about having my tubes tied. I really haven't talked to my husband about how I feel. I haven't talked to my family about how I feel, but I'm coming to you, my friends, and telling you how I feel. Have you guys had a tubal or are you thinking about having a tubal? Like, how do you feel now that you had it done? Or why are you thinking about having it done? Let me know in the comments down below, because I would love to know, and I want to know what you guys feel now that you've had your sterilization process. But I think I am done for ranting. Thank you guys so much for listening, and thank you guys so much for being my friend and supporting me through all of this. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please always feel free to leave a comment down below and hit that subscribe button and like my video if you like it and want more videos like this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Bye guys.